Hi, welcome to KGS. Today I want to teach you some skills that you can use to impress your friends. Today I'll be teaching you how to use hotkeys. Before we start, I want to let you guys all know that I'm using the Mac version of KGS, which is identical to the Windows version of KGS. The only difference is that a couple keys in the Mac version don't work. Those keys are F9 and F10. Besides that, the keys in the Mac version are identical to the keys in the Windows version. And also I want to let you guys know that on my MacBook, a lot of the function keys are predefined, so when I press those function keys, it calls up a random function not on KGS, so instead I'm using a wireless keyboard, which doesn't have pre-programmed functions. Alright, so let's begin. When you're in KGS rooms, you can press Ctrl Q, and that'll log you out of KGS. So let's do that right now. Ctrl Q. Okay, now let's log back in. Now I'm going to open a demonstration game, and whenever a player reviews their game, it always goes into demonstration mode. And this is the screen that shows right now is the usual screen you get when you're reviewing your game. And the default setting in a demonstration game is just the regular gameplay mode. So in this gameplay mode, I'm going to play out a basic Joseki just for demonstration purposes. Now, another thing I want to talk about is this game tree diagram. In order to get full functionality, you should arrange the game tree diagram so that it is directly underneath the board. So let's do that. And the way to do that is to press the rhombus button, this rhombus shaped button twice until it's underneath the board. Okay, now I will have full functionality of the hotkeys. So one way to navigate to the beginning of the sequence is simply pressing the backspace button right here, the rewind button. And to go to the back, to go to the end, we'll press the fast forward button. If you want to use hotkeys, you press the home button. And if you want to go to the end, you press the end button. Now on the Mac, there's no home or end button, so the way to do that is to press the FN left arrow button to go to the front for home, and to go to the end you press FN right arrow to go to the end. So that does it for navigating between right in the beginning and to the end. Also, if you just want to go to a specific move during the game, you press shift click and it'll take you to the game setup at that move. So I'm going to control click for the S16 stone. Sorry, shift click for the S16 stone. Control click does something else. So I did shift click, and this was the game setup at that exact move. Okay. Also in the game, people might want to comment, and they might want to cite the coordinates of the stone. Now traditionally what I see is a lot of people just type in the coordinates, such as 216, and then they enter it in. But a faster way of doing that is to control click the coordinates. So let's do that. I can control click. And as you see, it goes into the chat log, press enter, and then it shows up. So if you want to cite coordinates, control click. Alright, now I want to go into some other tools. So the toolbar is on the top left side, top left hand corner. Press the arrow key and you can see all the different tools and the corresponding function buttons. we'll just go down all the tools in chronological order. So next we'll have the edit tool, which is F2. The edit tool is very useful because you can set up Go problems, and it only counts as one move in the game. So pay attention to the game tree diagram right here. As you can see, it only takes up one space. Now if I want to put in white stones, I just hold shift. Now I can put in white stones. So now we have a basic Go problem, black to live. And you can use the edit tool to set up Go problems like that. Alright, now we'll go on to the next function, which is a score tool, F3. So F3 is used to score a game. Usually when you're doing a demo online and it's not already a game that's played out online and you're just playing a professional game, that's when it's useful to use the scoring tool. The other way to score is score estimate, but it's only an estimate of the score. If you use a scoring tool, then it will be much more accurate. So when you're using the scoring tool, you always want to mark the dead stones. So let's just pretend that all the black stones are dead right now. So the score indicates 364.5 white and 0 for black. Of course this is wrong. If I want to go back and mark stones as alive, I hold shift click. And if I realize that my game hasn't finished yet, I just go back to F1, the gameplay mode, and I continue playing my game as such. Okay, now we'll go really quickly through the F4 to F6 tools. And these tools are used simply as markers. I see the triangle tool used very often to mark good shape. So actually let's go back to the edit tool just to set up a shape. Okay. So what I have set up here is an iron pillar, and I want to mark the two stones that are characteristic of the iron pillar. So I press F4, gives me the triangle tool, highlight the two stones, and that's how you mark your stones. If you use F5, gives you squares, F6, circles. So F4 through F6 are your marking tools. Now let's next use the labeling tool, which we use to mark variations. So let's go back to our Joseki. So when white approaches at R14, there are actually different variations. We'll now use F7 to mark a couple of different variations. For instance, black can retreat, black can attach at B, black can pincer at C. So if you ever want to label variations, use F7. Okay, now we'll go to the end of the Joseki. And that's where we'll use our next tool, the number tool, F8. So sometimes you want to number the sequence so that your students understand exactly the way the game went. So now we'll use the numbering sequence. White approached at 1, black retreated at 2, and white played 3, black played 4, and white played 5. So if you ever want to number the sequence of moves, F8 will do. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, F9 and F10 work for Windows but not for my Mac version. I'll just show you right now exactly what happens when I press F9 and F10. So here's F9 and here's F10. And these functions are not at all used for KGS, so there's no point. If you want to try it out in Windows, let me know what happens. Okay. Now we're basically done. I just wanted to show you another short key. So, as an instructor, if you're ever teaching a game, if you're ever reviewing a game, and you find a lot of commentators, a lot of spectators, and you want to not read their comments, you can always press Ctrl M or go to quiet chat mode, and you won't be able to see what other people are typing. You will only see what you are typing. If you want to turn it back on, turn it off so that you can see what people are typing, press Ctrl M again and go to normal chat mode. Also, if you want to you can also give control to other players. There's no spectators right now, so I can't give them control, but usually that'd be Control G. And if I want control back, I would want to hold Control T. Well, I can't really show it to you right now because there are no spectators, but pretty much this concludes the video of teaching you how to use hotkeys in KGS. Good luck in impressing your friends. And if you want to learn more hotkeys, go visit the KGS website and check out the help files. Alright, well, thank you for watching this video and have a good day.